Hear it for Ollie, Stephen and Humph. Blake are here. Morning, lads.
Hello.
Hello. I thought I was going to get a little song or something then.
There's some vocal talent there, Tony. I liked it.
Is there? Oh, hello. Hello. You see, we have a little thing here at BBC Radio Jersey, a little switch, and it's called Butch, and we always switch it to Butch before we come on the air, you see. We've had that and speaking very close to the mic, you see. Vocal talent, that's nothing that's ever been said about me ever before, but you are certainly very talented lads, and the Blake story continues then with a classic Christmas.
It does indeed, absolutely. Yeah. Exciting times. So, yeah, our first ever Christmas album, which seems madness after 9 years, but being a vocal group, it's something that we've always wanted to do, and we've finally got around to doing it. And with it, the sort of highlight of our careers is that we've got our Christmas single on the album with none other than Dame Shirley Bassey. So,
oh, wow.
Exciting times.
So what happened there? You just thought, let's get Shirl on, and somebody rang her up, and she said yes.
No, it's actually very different from that. We were at a charity event and we were singing for her and for the whole event. We sang some Hallelujah and Moon River a cappella. And afterwards we were sitting with Dame Shirley having a glass of pink champagne, as you do. And we were talking about what projects we had coming up. And we said, well, we're doing a Christmas album. She suddenly said, oh, I've never recorded a single Christmas song in my entire career. So we looked at each other and said, this is the moment. We said, well, would you like to record one with us? And she said, oh, absolutely. And that was literally the start of it. So we thought that might have been a bit of a joke fueled by champagne. And then 3 months later, we had actually recorded with a real Shirley Bassey, not an imitation, in the studio. And we're buzzing like crazy because it is the most amazing thing to have recorded with the Dame, the one and only Dame.
That is such a fantastic story as well. Now, is there a promotional video to go with this? Because I want to see it.
Yeah, there is. It's not up online yet.
It will be coming out exclusively on the 19th of this month. So if people wait and look online and on television, they will get to see it.
Oh, right. She got a special Christmas frock.
Oh, yes.
It's beautifully red.
Very red. And she's got sequins and everything.
Sequins, yeah, she looks fantastic.
So we have the album. We're going to play it. I think I'm allowed to play this Christmas single. It's a little bit early, but my producer is nodding with her pudgy ears on at the moment. So
Tony, we have been singing Christmas carols since pretty much, I don't know when.
February.
So, we are fully in the Christmas mode.
I was going to ask you about that because I know Slade, for example, Merry Christmas Everybody, was recorded in New York on a hot summer's day in August or something like that.
So we did. We were recording Frosty the Snowman in mid-July when it was the hottest week of the year. So it is a bizarre process, but it's been great fun.
So what did you do to get into the kind of Christmas spirit then? Did you go out and buy some mince pies or something like that?
We did try, didn't we? We did a little mock-up in the middle of June. I think we did a sort of a promo video for our crowdfunding campaign, and we lit the fire in my flat. Literally lit a log fire. It was so hot, and we all put on silly Christmas jumpers and sort of got all the Christmas decorations out and stuck them on the mantelpiece, and it looked ridiculous, and we were all sweating profusely. But yeah, we sort of tried. After that, we sort of thought, right, we're going to use our imaginations from now on because it's still uncomfortable.
Well, what we did is we actually took the air conditioning unit in the studio and we put it onto max, so we got it down to about 5 degrees in there. You can see your breath, you're feeling Christmassy, so it's good.
Oh, that sounds fantastic as well. Now, tell us about the songs that have actually ended up on the album and who decided what's in and what's out.
Well, we had a long list, didn't we? And we sort of knocked it down from about 60 or so down to the 12 or 13 that finally made the cut. Obviously, choosing the single with Dame Shirley was the biggest challenge, I guess. And we sent her a few options that we'd already agreed to. I mean, we'd already decided the set list, hadn't we? Before we got her on the show, the album. We didn't even start thinking about doing this with her until end of August, early September. So that's been very fast. And we sent her a few songs, and she liked that one. I'm so glad she did because actually it's got that Bassey factor. It's got that sort of chestnuts roasting on it. That rising interval which she has in Goldfinger and everything else as well. So that was really important. Other than that, we've got some wonderful Beach Boys songs. Frosty the Snowman, I mentioned, Little Saint Nick. Of course, some classics. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas.
We've got Walk in the Air because we all loved Aled Jones so much.
He must be nearly 20 now.
Well,
is he that old?
I bumped into him the other day actually, and I didn't tell him. But next time I see him, I might just mention we've done the song.
But yeah, there's something for everybody. There's some fun. We tried to keep it like a sort of classic party Christmas vibe and nostalgic as well.
And are you pleased with the end product?
Yeah, very proud actually.
Yeah, I think it's the best album we've ever made, to be honest. And actually, all credit to the boys. I mean, Ollie has pretty much produced it with with another guy called Sam Featherstone, who was engineering. So Ollie has been the sort of production behind it and done an amazing job, and Stephen's been very much running the pledge campaign, because it's quite a unique album. It's completely funded by our fans and the public.
Wow.
No big record label involved, nothing at all. So
they've done an amazing job, actually, the fans on this one. I mean, we kind of set a target on Pledge Music of once we reach 100%, we were able to start making the album, and that would get the whole process going.
Wow.
And the fans didn't stop. They just kept going. We're currently at 182% of our target, and it just keeps rising every day.
What was the figure?
Well, we can't say figures, unfortunately, because
why not? Come on, you can tell me.
Well,
you're just not allowed to.
Records aren't cheap, but our fans have been very, very generous, and also actually it's nice because it's allowed us to say, all right, we've actually got some extra money. We've ended up, spending it all anyway, of course, and Dame Shirley's caviar and champagne budget was quite demanding.
It's not
you think I'm joking? But it has allowed us to do some other things. We've given quite a chunk, actually, of the extra money raised to Variety, the children's charity, for which we're
actually
ambassadors.
we've raised over £3,000 for Variety already,
fantastic.
which is
and it's raising it. Well, we're ambassadors of the charity, and that's raising every day. And if people enjoy the single and want to order the album, they can pre-order it actually on Pledge Music, and part of that order will go to Variety, which do such amazing work.
That's a lovely way of doing things as well, isn't it?
Well, I think so, and I think the fans realise that as well, and they all think, okay, we're trying to do something because, we want to give them a product that they're all happy with, and they want us to be able to make it in the way that that we want to deliver it. So as a result, they've all been very generous, and I think the charity angle does give a bit to it as well.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Well, normally when people say they do a charity song, you tend to give a teeny weeny little bit to the actual charity, because a lot of the time all the costs of the album take up all the profits of the actual charity, whereas this time it's actually all going to them, which is great.
Yeah, and of course the Christmas #1. It's always a big fight, isn't it, to get to #1? Let's hope Simon Cowell doesn't get anywhere near it this year. What are you thinking? Do you just stand a chance?
It comes down to people power, really, and talking to people, fans and people on the street, there's definitely an appetite to actually have a Christmas song as a Christmas #1, which in terms of a traditional Christmas song hasn't happened for about 30 years. It has been a very long time coming. So it'll be Shirley Bassey's first ever Christmas song. It's her first ever Christmas recording. So it would be wonderful. It'd be wonderful for Shirley, wonderful for us, and I think it'd be great that in the UK on Christmas Day people hear a Christmas song for their *1. So if people want that, it's in their hands. They can go and order it and make it happen.
Well, let's hear it then. Well, thank you very much, lads, for coming on. Ollie, Stephen and Hump from Blake. I've not heard this. Honestly, I've not heard this.
Have you not?
It's a first time for me.
Can we do a little dedication to someone very special?
Of course you
Who's
can.
listening at this very moment.
Of course.
She's a lady called Alex, and she's the one-woman team that manages us wherever we are in the world. She does an incredible job, and she never gets enough thanks from us. So this is a big thank you to you, Alex.
She's tuning in from Normandy.
Yes.
So there you go.
Just a minute. We'll turn the transmitter up so we can get into. No, we get into Normandy. Yes, no, we are heard loud and clear in Normandy. It's only a few miles from where I'm sat at this very moment in time. Listen, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for a Christmas #1, and we're going to hear it now. So, Ollie, Stephen, and Hump Blake, thanks very much for joining us on BBC Radio Normandy at Jersey this morning.
Happy Christmas.
Cheers.
Happy
Thank you.
All through the year we waited through spring and fall, to hear silver bells ringing and winter time bringing the happiest season of all. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help that Santa's on his way. He's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. That's right. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas to you. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly. And so I'm offering this simple phrase to kids from 1 to 92. Although it's been said many times, many ways, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Oh, wow, yeah, the Christmas song from Blake featuring Shirley Bassey.